Hello, everybody. Salty Walty is here. We have We're gonna continue our playthrough for Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam. We can't do encounters in space because we're having technological problems on Jacob's end. So we are joined by Rob and Jacob, and let's go on and do it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do Quattro. What's this mission anyway? Oh boy. I'm fighting. What's his face then, I guess. And we got Roberto with us, I'll be damned.
Yeah, he's surprisingly not dead at the moment.
All things are possible through this playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he hasn't hit with a case of cadaverific.
Yeah.
I like the Barzam in GBO too.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that.
I'm starting to get a
Same.
hang of the its custom beam rifle finally.
It's fun, but it's I can't describe why it's weird, but there's just something about it that's slightly weird.
So I think it's because its beam travels as fast as the Gunner Gundam's beam rifle does.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with the Gunner Gundam because you have to be stationary to fire its weapon. But combine that with like the Barzam's mobility, and it's not a slow suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty spry on its feet.
Yeah.
But combine that with how fast that beam travels, it makes it kind of hard to aim. Get off my nuts, Shiraku. But otherwise, I'm really enjoying it. I've tried it with the Mark II's beam rifle, but I still prefer its custom beam rifle due to the charging aspect. And I haven't tried it with the scatter bazooka yet.
Yeah, the scatter bazooka is the only thing in the Mark II weapons suite I don't have yet, so I haven't had a chance to try it. I think I may have it on the account where I don't have the Mark II or the Barzam.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I got the Mark II on that account the other day. I'll have to check.
Okay, so the scatter bazooka, just so you know, has deceptive range to it.
Okay.
It has the standard bazooka range, and then you gotta add 250 meters to that.
Okay.
Because that when it hits the standard bazooka range, that's when the shell explodes. And then the 250 meters is when that's how far the pellets travel afterwards.
So basically, it's a bazooka shell that fires a shotgun at the end of its range.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I can probably work with that.
It has really good reload speed, and you can do deceptively a large amount of damage if your aim is really good. So I'm still kind of working with it, and I think it would work better on the Barzam because the Barzam is the ranged monster of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shiraku, you're dead.
Nice.
Shot in the back.
Well done.
I don't know. Shiraku, he's a good pilot, but I don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be very unlikable.
Well, a lot of other bad guys you can like and or feel have sympathy for, but Shiraku, I didn't really feel anything.
Shiraku is literally meant to be unlikable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He is ultra bad guy.
Ultra bad guy. Ultra bad guy. All right. Let's bring. If I'm not mistaken, there is a Big Zam in this mission, so Clay Bazooka.
All right, let's go.
Makes
Oh no,
sense.
it's getting mass produced.
Oh yeah. I don't like that. Big Zam is such a waste of fucking money.
All hands, stay alert.
Yeah.
Did you know that the mobile armor, I can't pronounce it from the 8th MS team. I can't pronounce its name.
Absolute.
Yeah, the Absolus, yes. It is 32 times weaker than the fucking Big Zam.
Okay.
Like, if you look at the power generators between the two, the Big Zam is approximately like 32 times stronger.
Mm.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, which means it's 64 times stronger than a Zanzibar's reactor. Because the Absolus 3 has 2 Zanzibar reactors, and I think Absolus 1 and 2 just have one.
Yeah, so Could you imagine the amount of damage the beams coming out of the Big Zam would truly cause if they had like animation quality that we have today?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish they could have used the hovering animation for the Shiki and Shibio like this.
Yeah, I think I said before, I'd really like for most of the Zeta suits to be able to switch between walking and hovering in some way.
Yeah. Oh wow, this shotgun does pretty damn good damage to it.
Yeah.
Were you playing, or the shotgun shot with the play bazooka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite well.
I gotta kill off Garma and some fucking Gelgoog friend.
Super tanky Gelgoog, yeah.
Ouch. Oh. I don't remember where we were talking about the Zaku one. Oh, that was the Encounters in Space attempts. Damn.
Yeah.
But I guess I can answer you with my Zaku 1 customization. I would take the J-type from Zeonic Front, and I would give it a heat knife on the chest for real close encounters. It would have on the left shoulder the Zaku 2 shoulder shield. Armor will get out of my way. And on its right side, it would be the Goof shoulder. Armor will please get out of my way. And then it's stored on its shoulder would be a modified Kemper shotgun that is equipped with a drum magazine and a heat bayonet.
There you go.
And 105mm Zaku machine gun, and I think that's about it I had. Oh, and the knuckle shield, of course. So, essentially meant for close CQC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Solid Snake would be proud. Damn, Gelgoog. I think those two are the biggest threat in these missions, is the Garmin and the Gelgoog and his Gelgoog buddy.
Yeah, once they're out of your way, you can make pretty short work of the Big Zam here.
I'm just taking chunks out of him. So, out of all the Zeta era mobile suits in GBO2, Rob, which ones are your favorite?
That's a good question. Ashimaru's getting up there. It's a lot of fun to use. I do enjoy the Zeta itself. I'm having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And I just still like the Garibaldi Beta. It's not particularly anything special, but I like that melee downswing it has, and it just feels pretty solid. I tend to like things with forced injector more.
Yeah.
It's just the ability to change directions really keeps me out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah. What about you, Jacob?
For the Zeta suits in the game right now, I'd probably say the DJ.
The DJ?
Yeah. It's just very high performance.
I don't have the Garibaldi Beta or the DJ, so I can't comment on those.
I have the Beta, but I feel like the Beta's more cheap than the DJ. The DJ's more just good at everything, while the Garibaldi is just stun lock and down my.
Yeah. But out of my, as I've told Robin through private messaging, Ashamar is my favorite Zeta mobile suit right now. I love the charging beam rifle and the ability to get in there and just do some massive melee damage. Even though he's just punching and kicking, it's impressive, and I really enjoy his playstyle, plus his transformations, beam gun, and how it works. It's great. I love it. Prefer him over the Zeta Gundam. He suits my playstyle, and I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That was a close one.
Oh no.
I like that little step he does when... Let's see. I can't get it to do the T-swing. Oh, I'm not really looking forward to when they add the bound dock.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty
a weird
strong.
one.
Like, a lot of people want it, but I feel like because it's going to be such a massive target, it's not going to be that good. They're going to have to make it stupid tanky for it to be good.
All they'll have to do is give it maneuver armor and like the explosive stuff. But it's basically just going to be a stronger Good Flight type
Yeah.
with beams.
By the way, I finally got the good flight type.
Oh, nice.
Which version?
The raid.
Very
Yeah,
good.
that's what I got too.
And my first outing with it, I get I go 5 and 3, and I'm like, okay, so this suit doesn't need to be fixed. Its ability to combo is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come here. Yeah, Amaro, like, I know you hated me in the 1-year war, but there's no need to team attack. And, come on now.
No, he's like 2 birds with 1 stone.
Ooh, I jumped at the right time. Boy, this game can get hectic when it wants to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. Oh boy. Man, you really gotta, like, be on your toes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one Gelgoog I'm surprised they haven't re-added is the Gelgoog Gunther.
I'm returning.
Yeah, me too.
But it's
I didn't get it in the first game. I'd like it to show back up.
It sucked in the first one.
Mm.
Well, started the Night Seeker 2 and go by what Heavy shared. It don't suck now.
No,
No.
the Night Seeker 2 was a good one.
It was just a melee Night Seeker. Like there's nothing unique about it.
You can
And
make it
now there's a
stupid
bunch of
tanky.
stuff.
But like
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
that
I'm counting on
Gelgoog
your
though in the
support.
first game, like a shitty beam rifle and a heat sword. You can give it the MMP-80 with the grenade launcher, but that didn't help it at all.
An investor
Ooh.
always chances for the impossible.
That would be like if they don't change anything with it in this game, it would for GBO2 it would have to be a 300 cost Gelgoog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even lore-wise, they even state like, hey, this Gelgoog's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a bunch of hand-me-down modified parts from a desert Gelgoog. I mean, a desert Zaku. Get over here. Gates, you're not supposed to be in that. Did he even have any speaking roles in the show?
He did briefly, I want to say.
He also got super killed.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
he got moited. But he doesn't have a speaking role in this game. At least I don't think he does.
You can select him as a playable character. I know in the like the arcade mode.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has voice lines for that, but I'm going to assume if. Well, then again, he might not. I don't know. I'd have to go back and check. I want to say he has a line in the game where it's like, "Watch out, Rosami," and he tries to come help, and then just gets shit on by the Slayer. So I don't know.
I could go, brother. Have you guys ever had an Italian beef sandwich?
No, I
Yes.
don't think I have.
I could go for one of those.
Hmm.
I thought it was like a French dip sandwich, but they didn't give any dip, and I actually didn't quite enjoy it.
You didn't enjoy it?
No.
How did they make it? Did they toast the bun at all? Did they?
Yeah, toasted the bun, spiced it, and had Italian beef in it.
They didn't give you any of the drippings? They're supposed to
No.
smother that
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm
drippings.
saying.
Okay, then
There was no-
they
none.
fucked it up then. You didn't get a true Italian beef sandwich. Because you're supposed
That's why I
to
said I was disappointed. It was just a bun with some Italian meat in it. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, you're supposed to, like, after you toast the bread, put the meat in there and the cheese, you're supposed to toast it again, and then pull that out, and then drip a bunch of the juice all over it. Ouch. I still say the Heat Saber looks better blue than yellow.
Yeah.
On what suit?
On the Rickdom. Blue's a hotter color on the temperature scale anyway, so that...
Yeah, but I think it was always I think it was just to show, because they couldn't just show the little radiation when they pulled out a yellow saber that it was on.
Yeah.
I think they turned it blue like that just to show, hey, it's on. And also in the anime, it would like turn on like a beam saber sometimes, and like it would just extend.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
It's amazing how much more tanky Rosemi is compared to like Gates. Gates went down
Yeah.
4 shots. Rosemi is taking like 30.
And notice it says Rosemi
Yeah.
instead of Rosami. So it's crazy Rosami.
I wish I had the
Crazy cyber new type, Oni-chan, Rosami.
I forgot the Hyakushiki had that one downswing you did there in the air.
The chop.
Yep.
Yeah, just very Zelda 2 there all of a sudden.
And then he's got the kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just happy they actually added new animations for the Ashimar.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people complain that the game needs direct servers. Like, okay, they don't seem to realize that's expensive.
Yeah.
And it would be Japan-centric, and they would never put any over here. So the lag would get worse.
Exactly. Like, I was doing research.
Look at Street Fighter V.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect example.
Like, I was doing research and for direct servers and all of that. Take like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They have to spend monthly around about $750,000 monthly for their servers.
Wow.
Because of the amount of players they have and the amount of servers they need. So, what do you want? Why? How do you guys, like, people who bitch and moan about direct servers, how do you think a free-to-play game is going to be able to maintain direct servers?
It would have to be an extremely popular free-to-play game.
Exactly.
And I think this is moderately popular, but I don't think it's that.
Not,
I don't think it's Call of Duty popular.
It's not. And people want that. Well, they're like, well, they make enough money. They really don't. They don't.
They make enough money, but at the same time, they're gonna cut costs wherever they can.
Exactly.
And the like I said, even if they got those servers, they would be in Japan.
Uh-huh.
They would not be in Europe. They would not be in the United States. It would be Japan focused.
Yeah, and if they did want to maintain servers across all their territories, that would just multiply the costs even more.
Astronomical. Yeah.
So,
Because like Street Fighter V, like look at that. It's the problem with that. You run into the problem where like, oh hey, the United States players and European players are getting lag. Are the Japanese players getting lag? No, then it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like everybody
Because they can
wants to
talk
make
all
that,
they want.
Yeah. Just people want to make that argument all the time. Well, the lag would just disappear. No, it wouldn't. Like,
And they can talk all that they want. They would only care about the Japanese players because what's their biggest market? It's not the United States. So why would they waste the money in a market? Granted, they're trying to grow again in, but they're not that big in.
Nope.
Yeah.
And then,
Man,
like, go on, Rob.
Oh, that Cubely Mark II was surprisingly hardy. I didn't expect you to just chip off so little health with that beam shot.
Oh, yeah. And then people want to, like, complain when, say, like, Seraphic Zero spends money in the game. And I agree with what he says. Like, it's my choice to support the developers. Like, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to support them, then be my guest. Like,
Yeah, I know Zero's not going to spend enough that he's going to put himself at risk, so
like,
it doesn't matter.
Like, when I can, I support the game because it's a game I personally enjoy. It's one of my favorite games, and I want to support and help them grow. And if that means I gotta buy some tokens here and there when I can afford it, then I'm going to.
Yeah. Also, like I've said before, it is actually one of the most civilized free-to-play games I've played in terms of making everything in it accessible to the players in time.
Yep.
So, if I'm gonna support a free-to-play game, that's the kind I want to support.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets kind of expensive, and nobody, I think, should ever spend more than they feel comfortable with or are able to. But it is everybody's choice as to whether they think it's a good idea or not. That's all I can say.
Wait, is Andro in the Zeta Gundam?
I think he
Yeah,
is.
I'll be damned. They gave him the Zeta Gundam.
Don't take me lightly.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Okay. He won't get that till the special orange route playthrough.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Don't take me lightly.
I don't know. It's basically just, hey, 1-year war, but Zeta suits.
Yep. And some quotations from Char's deleted, well, not Char's, yeah, Char's counterattack.
Yeah.
I forget, there are a couple of spots where just, if you're playing Char or Amuro, they'll just switch between voice actors, aren't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
A little weird.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible because it flashbacks like 1-year war Amuro while they're in the middle of a conversation about Lala, and they'll switch right back to Shin's voice actor, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah. I've kind of softened on the Blue Water crew in time. I was not thrilled that they did not keep the Ocean folks when they moved over to Zeta when it happened, but
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they do a bad job. They just the mismatch is really jarring in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there, why re-record lines when we had the first game's different crew already record lines, right?
Yeah.
We own it, so
Well,
let's put it in
Saves
there.
money.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of one of those unfortunate things.
It's
Just
awful, yeah.
they probably didn't even realize there was going to be a problem, or at least, some of the people probably didn't, because it's like, okay, this game is built on the previous game, all this stuff carried over, and in Japan, where you've got the same person playing Char all the time, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's probably how,
Yeah, it's just... Like you said, it's just weird that Zeta, a direct sequel to the original series, got passed to a different team.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much direct oversight Tomino had over the Zeta dub. The legend at the time was with the Ocean dub that he actually had a fair amount to say about how it was done and who was cast.
Yeah. Oh, mine's a
And it's
little
like-
chick.
It's not like many of those voice actors were super big voice actors at the time, either. Like, it's not like it is now.
Yes.
A lot of them, like Amuro's voice actor.
Oh.
Hmm?
Did we just lose McLeod?
I think we did.
Camera ready to go.
But yeah, Brad Swale hadn't done a lot of lead characters. I think when he did Amuro, after that he did a fair number.
Yeah.
But
He,
same with Matt Hill, who did Kira Yamato. There was just like a long time there where he did not, where he wasn't playing leads a lot. And after Seed, it seemed like he was the lead in everything for like a couple of years.
Who was that? Sorry,
Matt Hill?
that Shin's voice actor.
No, Kira's.
Here,
Like-
okay.
Yeah, I was saying just for there. He didn't play a lot of leads before Seed, I don't think, and then just it seemed like he was the lead character in everything for like a couple of years
Yeah.
after it.
Yeah, did Amuro's voice actor do anything? I kind of lost connection there for a second, so I
I
didn't get to hear
think
what you
he,
said.
I think he wound up playing leads for a little bit after that too. I know he turned up more than he used to after First Gundam. I had mostly heard him in minor parts before that.
There wasn't any like big ground-shaking Western anime he was in, because like you figure like the dude who voices Ichigo, whose name escapes me, is in everything,
yeah.
Yeah.
everything, and that was even before Ichigo. Something else launched him. It was
He
just
was,
that.
wasn't he
he's
a
in
Power
everything.
Ranger?
Oh, Johnny Young Bosch. Yeah.
Yeah, just there. Johnny, yeah.
Yeah. He was always in everything. Like he was Vash the Stampede. He was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brad Swale, before he was Amuro, he was Moose and Ranma 1/2. Forget what else he had done before that, but like I said, I heard him in more, like main character roles after First, so I guess it did well for him.
I like his voice acting for Amuro.
Yeah. I think the guy who played Char did a fairly good job too, and I never really
Yeah.
heard him in much of anything after that.
Yeah, I didn't. I figured Char's character would get picked up more than Amuro, but no.
Yeah.
No.
No, Char's an English voice actor. He played.
He's a hell of a lot better than the Quattro voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, hearing that Quattro voice sometimes.
Or some of the animation goof ups where Char was walking around pantsless.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Char, put some pants on. No one wants to see this.
Camera ready to go.
I was watching some of the Zeta clips, and that's when I seen a clip of. I'm like, wait, Char, where's your pants? Oh boy, don't tell me I gotta fight them again, Yazan and his crew.
Oh yeah.
Sending out the mobile suit teams.
I never cared for Yazan either.
No, he's another one who is not really there to be sympathetic or liked.
Pretty much unredeemable, yeah.
Yeah. No, there's in just about every Gundam production, there's always basically at least one psycho, and that's Yazan.
And then Yazan, like, gets off scot-free for the most part.
Yeah, somehow opens up a
Like-
junkyard with
No, he
judo.
gets hired. He's security.
Oh.
Yeah, he's security with the rival dude. And then, like, he's supposed to get killed off in that and doesn't. And then, like, you see him just being more junkyard security. And then in MSVR, he gets hired by GOP to be, like, a special forces cool guy.
Oh jeez.
With a Gym 3 Night Seeker.
And a Gundam Mark II.
Yup.
Out of nowhere. Like, that would have to be the one they gave to Anaheim.
Probably.
Because, like, the main Mark II Camille user gets blown up.
What happened to
Repeatedly.
the one that Zeta Gundam, the Mark II that they gave back to, what's his nuts? Titans. Didn't they give one back to Titans?
No, they gave 2 to Anaheim.
Oh.
One got, like, turned into the Mark III. And they had another one for testing.
Yeah.
And then one was on the Artima. Which ends up getting annihilated by the Quinn Manta, like, into an unrepairable state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would have to be the one from Anaheim. The surviving intact one. If I had to narrow it down, because there's only 3. They never made
Yeah.
it. Well, allegedly now, the 4th one is Canon.
Okay.
Really? Is that the high
Which
mobility
is...
one?
It's the high mobility one.
Which is absolutely attractive looking.
And it crashes, and then they don't repair it.
That's dumb.
It's like, it's done. Yeah.
By the way, Rob, have you ever seen the prototype Gundam Mark II?
Probably at one point, but I don't remember it.
It's just super GPO1.
Yeah, it's even
Okay.
stronger than the standard Mark II, and it uses GPO-1 equipment and shields.
Yeah, no, they basically say, oh, this is the coolest thing ever, guys. They would have made this. It wouldn't have even mattered about transformable mobile suits. Look, it's in Gihren's Greed. Look how strong it is. And, like, in Gihren's Greed, it, like, costs the same as, like, 5 white bases.
Oh wow.
Like, it's super expensive.
Well, that explains why they didn't make it.
Oh, yeah. And it, like...
It's also, it's just kind of silly, because it looks more like a GPO1 mixed with a Mark II, and they're just talking about how much stronger it is. Oh, guys, look at this. Oh, it would shit on everything. And it's just like, it doesn't look like it would.
Ammo unit
But
returning.
stat-wise, I'm pretty sure it was, like, the second highest statted mode.
Oh, yeah, in the game, it shit on everything. But... I think they even had a cutscene with it fighting Gatto's GPO2 or something. It was super weird.
Wait, didn't she get the... Oh, yeah, she did.
And then it's the they talk. That's the suit that launched the Cyber New Type program with Zero Morrisame. So in all like the Gundam Exa A stuff and like the weird non-canon side story stuff with crossovers, they always have Zero Morrisame in the prototype Mark II.
Yeah. So I wonder what the new event suit when it comes to the like the Psycho Gundam event. I wonder what the new one's gonna be.
I'm sorry, what?
If they wanted to do one in space, I would think Big Zam would be a good choice for the next one.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah, the PVE. I mean, Mark II wouldn't be bad. They said Big Zam. They could do like a battleship thing if they wanted.
I would like the battleship ones, but they would
Yeah.
need to make its cannons like stupid strong.
Oh, I imagine they would.
Oh, Sarah's dead, and not a single thing was missed.
Yeah. And what? This is XA here. Okay. So in this panel of XA, we have just the squad of bullshit. So they have the Gabera, which is what Leos is piloting, like the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hanging out with Zero Marsami, and then all of a sudden, the Blue which one is this one? I think this is like the Blue Destiny 3 repair or something stupid like that. It's got the gym head back on it. And it's just out here looking all menacing and shit, and you're just like, what is this comic back? What is this? This line of shit that didn't happen.
I kind of like the retcons they're doing with, or the changes they are doing with the Blue Destiny manga.
Yeah, and it's more like most just gives T Bandai a bunch more model kits, but it's not bad. Like, you know,
Anyway.
what was it, the Gym Dominance, loose, no, not loose Castle, what's that dude's name? It has the two big-ass Gatling guns on the back of it?
Not sure.
Two big ass Gatling guns on the back of it.
Yeah, you haven't seen the new Gym Dominance that everyone's going crazy over?
No, I haven't.
Nah.
I've seen the Gym Dominance, but not that variant you're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, so the Gym Dominance makes its appearance in Blue Destiny. And then they give it to one of Yu Kajima's wingmen, and they customize it. It gets like these big Gatling turrets it just hangs around. Like, it looks like they're bigger than heavy arms and stuff, and it's just like, what is this?
Wow.
Philip Hughes, I think. Yeah, Philip Hughes Custom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I know the
so
name, I just don't know the...
He gets these massive, like 2/3 the size of the mobile suit Gatling cannons. He can put down as automated turrets, basically.
Right. Shaco.
Yeah, so if you type that into your phone and just type in Gym Dominance Philip Hughes, and you'll just be like, what is that? Because, like, literally, it looks like the Geo-Force Mega Gatling barrel they just put on a turret. Like,
Oof,
just enormous.
I like the design of the Gym Dominance, but, like, it's starting, like, right then, like, I feel it's kind of creeping into the Thunderbolt, where, like, the Thunderbolt series, where it's kind of, like, pulling in technology that shouldn't be there.
I wouldn't say that far. It's basically just a Gym Sniper 2 with Gym Sniper custom parts on it. And the beam rifles from the full armor program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go Gundam, just standard Gundam Mark II. That way,
Yeah.
have, you know, better fire rate.
Because, like, I mean, that's literally what it is. Because it's just oh hey look, or is it a gym command with? Either way, they just take a generally good mobile suit and put the good parts of probably the best ace-use mobile suit of the 1 Year War on the Federation side on it.
And I'll tell you,
It's got the same.
Huh?
It's got the same backpack as the Sniper Custom. It's got more thruster bells that they added to the legs. They can use a lot of the same weapons, and instead of the double beam gun, they just give it the double beam rifle from the full armor program.
Yeah.
It's got the visor from the Sniper Custom on it too. It's not the Sniper 2 visor. The different one.
Say what you want, but I think my favorite Federation 1 Year War mobile suit would be the Gem Sniper Custom. Because that suit design is just, it's out there. It's good.
Oh, it's the best of the original Gem design. By far.
Yeah.
You figure the second production lot Gem designs came out when, like, 0080 came out. Did Kotoki do 0080? Who was that? It wasn't Kotoki.
0080, that was Izubuchi's mecha design.
Yeah. So that's like start of number 2, and then like a few years later they find Kotoki and they start having him do like Harmony of Gundam and stuff. And then that's where like he gets to do the design for the HMS team. Because like his version of the Gym, no, that's the Gym C. I'm getting that confused. So 0083 is Kotoki because the Gym C ends up becoming his redesign. Yeah. So that's the start of the Kotoki stuff. When did 0083 come out? Like mid 90s, 93?
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
So I would consider that like still the second age of the redesigns, and then we start getting into like the stuff that's post 2000 with all the MSCs, game design stuff. It would kind of be like the third generation of redesign.
Yeah.
Which, granted, a lot of them are retro styled from MSVR, but they're still significantly different.
What's your favorite gym design there, Rob?
Actually always been fond of the gym custom.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just has a really nice kind of balanced design to it. That and the Quell both.
You were not fun to fight in the what you call it, the gym custom and GBO1. That
Yeah,
was,
No,
that
that
wasn't
was strong.
fun. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
like
that-
every
that
time
was
I
fun to
take,
use in
it's
that.
like every time I take out a support type, you're like, hey, guess what? Guess what, Salty? I heard you like guns. Eat these. And then every time I try to shoot you, double dodge roll, haha. That was not fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is what that gym Blue Destiny was called earlier. I'm sorry. It's the BD3 Blue Destiny Unit 3 custom gym head. So
Okay.
they basically put the gym the Blue Destiny 1's head on it, even though Blue Destiny
Gotcha.
1 head was destroyed at that point. And the Blue Destiny 3 as itself was completely destroyed. So it's like the only thing that survived off that was the head and like used cockpit, and that was it.
So they took pretty much a worthless thing and rebuilt it.
Not necessarily worth it, like definitely strong, but yeah, it got rebuilt in Gundam XA, so super not canon. Like super not canon, but still dumb that they thought of it.
Yeah.
So like that's, I hate when they go and do that. Like you got this almost like practically destroyed mobile suit. Let's pick it up and just fix it. Why waste
Which,
the
to
money
be
at
fair,
that point?
the biggest running, well, because the frame's mostly okay. Like that was the theory for the longest time about how the Alex got built so quick, was they took the Unit 4's
frame.
chassis and just throw new armor on it. Saves time on manufacturing, which we don't know if that's true because, like I was telling you before, they had this big round table that I didn't know about a few years ago and decided what is and isn't canon.
Well,
And so, like, the Pixie's not canon at all, I
Okay.
guess, according to this round table. I need to find it's linked in Kakarot 197's video. I need to find that again, where he talked about a round table. And like, yeah, they just pick through a bunch, and like, no video games canon at all. They always go with the MSV versions. So like, the ugly version of the Mudrock and the 04 and 05 are the canon versions.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of the Gundam media is you can't really tell what's canon or what's not.
And that's what I mean. And they just want the canon that, oh, I was a part of this, so this is what's canon.
Yeah.
Instead of like, hey, this is good, this is a nice retelling. Like Star Wars, for the longest time, like in the Legends period, let it for the most part fit in. There'll be stuff that'd say, no, this is just not. There's too many contradictions.
Yeah.
And like you could do so much better with. I think the idea of canon in Asian large franchises is weird anyway.
Yeah.
They don't really understand the concept of it.
No, they don't really bother with it too much.
Which is why Gundam, like especially Gundam in the 80s, when they have all those weird mangas that like the designs don't even fit in Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit's just crazy. Like the
Yeah.
stuff with the aside story of Zeta Gundam, which is basically just a Zeta Gundam retelling where Axis replaces the AU.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the Zeta Gustav and all that crazy shit. It's just like, so we're just not even talk about this. So this is just in a weird space now. Just gonna pretend this didn't happen. Because they won't acknowledge it one way. And then you have like, oh yeah, the Pixie's not canon. Why? Why the Pixie canon?
Like, I got a feeling like if they do revisit the original series, I think that's going to clear up a lot of the side.
I don't think it will, because they're just going to do the origin and say this is a different timeline, and it's
Yeah.
just the origin timeline. It'll be canon with the prequel Gundam the Origin OVA.
Yeah. It's they'll probably keep their, you know, if it's animated, it's official policy in regards to things like that, and even if it contradicts everything else.
They made model kits for Pixie, like high grades, recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recent high grades of the Pixie. Oh, it's not canon.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you making it then? Why are you making money off it, Chris? What are you doing? It's not canon. Oh yeah, that shit didn't happen. But here, buy the regular version and the P Bandai version. Do it now.
These bars, so they annoying as fuck.
Yeah. Jeez.
At least the mission's done. Fuck that.
Yes.
That was hectic.
Yeah. Yeah, let me find that video from Kakarot 197 just in case people are
Gamma unit
curious
returning.
which video I'm referring to. It is the how many Gundams were there in the 1 year war and more civilian mobile suits posted on May 6th, 2020.
Okay.
He talks about the round table in there. I can't seem to find the link for it right now, but I know he said he linked it somewhere around.
Where's the enemy?
But yeah, it talks about, and especially like they can't agree how many versions of the Gundam there were, like production lot wise.
Yeah.
Because in a lot of the official like MS Graphica reference like art books, they'll show like the 6 prototype Gundams.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, which one of these stayed prototype Gundams? Which of these got modified into the new versions? How many? Because all we know for sure is that there were 3 RX-78-2s made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are shown. And the remains of 2 of them are turned into G3. But how many Proto Gundams were there? Were all the Proto Gundams turned into 2s? Were there some Protos left around that tested the full armor equipment? Like, what?
I know at one point the prevailing theory was that there were 8 RX-78 ones, and like 3 of them were upgraded to 2s, and all of the subsequent like numbered dash 3, dash 4, dash 5, all of those were supposed to be upgrades from one of those prototype Gundams. And I think that got changed or contradicted at some point.
Yeah, and let's also talk about the bullshit of the 8th Gundam that has never been pictured in like 35 years.
Yeah.
Since they announced that was a thing. The 8th Gundam.
The 8th Gundam. Oh.
Yeah.
8th. The RX-78-8.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Because it's not pictured anywhere. They just say it exists, and no one's ever touched it ever. It took them 30 years to touch the 7th Gundam again after MSG.
Is there any knowledge on the 8th Gundam?
Literally, the largest thing about the 8th Gundam is the 8th Gundam's frame existed. There you go. That is it. So in 30-something years, no one's even touched the 8th Gundam. They're like, we're not even getting into that. What is it then?
Yeah.
Because you figure, when did MMSD come out? Because that's when the 7th Gundam got released.
I don't remember.
I think that's also the one that really, like, I think that's where the line about the 8th Gundam came from. But I also think they said there were 8 Gundams long before that, and this is just giving a picture of one of the Gundams that wasn't.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say when the GO4 and GO5 came out, that was when they started talking about the other, because, is it MMSD? Yeah, so MMSD, which was released in 1990. So about 11 years after, that's when the designs for the 4, 5, 6, and 7th Gundams came out.
Yeah.
And then it took another almost 20 years for them to redo the 7th Gundam with Kadoki.
Mm-hmm.
Emma unit returning.
The 7th
And
Gundam is
the
such a
8th Gundam.
beautiful design.
Yeah, it wasn't an MMSV. Yeah, nah.
So, now that kind of makes me curious what the 8th Gundam would have looked like.
Yeah, because the 7th Gundam's out there, and it has like the 6 thruster bells and like all kinds of stuff on the backpack.
Yeah.
And the MFV version just made it like super tanky. Like it still has the 6 thruster bells and stuff, but it's like thick boy. Like it's
A big chunk.
Yeah.
and it almost looks like a thick F90 too. And like that's the other thing. It looks like just a thick F90. And it's like,
Okawara
why?
was not really good, in my opinion, at just like adjusting his mecha designs to the time period. Therefore,
yeah.
like whatever period he was drawing them in is what they looked like. If he was drawing a 1-year war suit at the same time he was drawing F91, it would look like it belonged in F91.
Yeah. So like the 7th Gundam itself in its MMSG form looks very weird. And of course, that's the canon version. The video game version is not the canon version. And those events never happened
So
because, it's a video game that we had nothing to part of.
Where was Kakarot getting this information anyway?
He has a lot of Japanese material that he
nice.
can read, and I don't, so... I believe he has the video of the round table, so I think it was a live stream, like years ago.
Interesting.
And I don't remember who was at... you can shoot him a message, Kakarot197. He's relatively prolific Gundam YouTuber, as far as I know.
I've seen his content.
Yeah, I don't really watch his Marvel reviews. But yeah, he got 42,000 subs, so I mean, he's in there. But yeah, it's like a 20-minute long video, and he references it, and he splits it up for like what's the extended canon and what's the actual canon, like decided on by the round table, and there's like another 6 Gundams different between them.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's like, yeah. Which at this point, like, I know Bandai, it'd be nice if they could just get a actual, here is the canon. Like, and you must stay within this canon now, and we won't make random-ass model kits of stuff that isn't canon.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, you make a model kit of it, you're endorsing it.
Yep.
You didn't see LucasArts coming out with, like, random-ass merchandise or stuff they said blatantly wasn't canon.
Ooh.
Other than the, it's bad. Other than the, what were the ones where they, like, redid episodes 4, 5, and 6, but it was, like, a completely what-if? I can't remember. Dark Horse did them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Star Wars...
I cannot remember. But it's like if what if Luke missed the shot on the Death Star? Yeah, I think it was Infinities.
Oh.
So it's like what if Luke missed a shot on the Death Star? What would happen? What if Luke died on Hoth?
Yeah.
What if they turned Leia to the dark side and Return of the Jedi instead of
Yeah.
like all kinds of stuff like that. Which I think they did make, like the redeemed Darth Vader action figures, but they also could have been a fan thing, so I do not remember.
I think they did.
Yeah, like in general, they don't. But like, stop making it confusing. You know what I mean?
I mean, Hasbro will pretty much make a figure of anything. They did a really nice set of the concept art figures from Star Wars. I have the Ralph Bakari Darth Vader. That is a really nice figure.
Makes me sad that the Overlord series ain't gonna continue now.
Overlord series? What now?
You not heard about?
Oh, the anime? Oh, why'd they cancel it?
A lot of people are just stealing the show offline or online, and the dude, he's like, "Fuck it, I'm done making the show now." He's not even continuing the manga now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he done. He's done.
Okay.
So he's Metallica during the Napster thing. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
But there's still no word on the Berserk series yet. There's nothing. Like, and I'm a little upset about this. It's going on to 2.5 years now since the last chapter.
No, he just released one recently.
I have not gotten any notification about that.
Yeah, no, he released. Let me find his name. Cause I sub to him on YouTube just for when a new chapter comes out. God, I don't remember. I'll keep looking. Come up with another subject for right now until I find a video.
I was amazed to hear that in light of the crisis that YouTube does not like you to talk about in your videos, that Golgo 13 has actually missed a chapter for the first time in 52 years.
Wow. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I didn't even, for one thing, I didn't even know it was still running. But yeah, it is on hiatus for the first time ever. And
the new Gundam anime is on hiatus too.
I'm not surprised. Pretty much everything seems to be.
They got up to episode 18. So 6 episodes after their mid-season break where they had a production issue or something. And they didn't come back for months. So now we gotta wait another few months for the series to end.
Yeah. Somebody was saying, man, we are going to see a lot of clip episodes when anime finally comes back.
Oh, I can imagine. I think for Re-Rise, it's just they have to finish the final like touches on a
Oh
few
boy!
episodes,
Ah, damn it,
Hmm.
Cass! Why you suck?
but they can't be in the studio because of
Yeah.
so not something they can probably do at home with all the resources and references and stuff they have at the office.
Yeah.
They and they've got a. I'm sure there's security issues too on working from
Yeah,
home.
yeah, for stuff like that.
Cass,
I
why
saw
you
some.
suck?
I saw something on eBay earlier that if I could have brought myself to spend the money, I would have gotten it. It was a set of sete of model sheets for Zeta Gundam, 163 of them for $50.
Oh, that would have been
And
cool.
yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to spend that kind of money, but
I don't know.
it was a temptation.
That GPO 2 was pretty cool that you were posting.
Oh yeah, that was neat. For those who don't know, which is probably most everybody, my one friend from Radio Free Cybertron, John DeLuna, he collects like behind the scenes type toy stuff, like Hasbro retailer catalogs, Toy Fair stuff from the 80s, things like that. And so he monitors a whole bunch of like auctions on eBay. This particular seller had a bunch of really neat stuff. For one thing, they actually had like crew shirts from the original Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, things like that. But
Yeah.
also they had something I've never seen before, which was a photographic model for the Master Grade GPO2. And you can tell by the paint job, it is the one used in the official photography. Which that was just wild. I have never seen one of those go up for sale anywhere. I've never even seen them photographed outside of the official photography.
Yeah, I always wondered what happened to those. I wonder if it's the dude who made it, like, this is mine now.
Yeah, apparently somebody gets to keep them.
Yeah.
Which
And Salty.
means,
Oh, go ahead.
which means somewhere out there are in private
Hundreds.
hands. Hundreds of those. And somebody has the MS in Action Gundam Mark III and a stray gold frame and green frame that were never released. Because I've seen photos of those way back, but never got released. So they're out there. I saw there is actually a designer for Bandai who was on Twitter. I don't want to give it out because he's gone private before when I retweeted some of his stuff. But he worked, for one thing, he designed the original Dragon Zord toy. For another, worked on MS in Action for years and just showed some utterly heartbreaking prototypes that were never released, like the Gundam X. Just all sorts of like things that I would have given my teeth to own back then. The Nemo too, I believe he had, which is one I had wanted forever. So that's just that they were worked on. They just never got released.
Yeah, prototyped and finished. I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna do this.
Yeah, I've thought for years that probably MS in Action was just a office politics casualty of the Bandai Namco merger.
Yeah.
Because it was right after that release frequency started dropping off. They stopped paying for like panel lines and things on some of the releases.
Yeah, the last ones I remember seeing in like a store was like the base Strike Gundam.
Yeah, the line went on for a good while after that in Japan. It went through Destiny. It went through the Zeta movies. After that, it kind of got sidetracked. They did the extended MS in Action figures, which are absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And then after that, based on those, there was the In Action offshoot line, which did a lot of Code Geass. Did some other stuff too. I have the Elgheim from that, which is a really nice figure. But the Code Geass stuff is what led to Robot Spirits. It's what it's kind of what inspired that, and then that just took over from MS
and that
Action.
just became $300 figures.
Yeah, like MS in Action, they were smaller. They cost about half as much as Robot Spirits, and I prefer them, honestly. Spirits things are really nice, but
also really
like
expensive.
I said, yeah, really expensive, and they're not to scale with the MS in Action stuff at all. They were not officially scaled, but somebody worked it out to somewhere like around 1/172 scale, so they do not fit anything else in the world. Which is a pity. Like, they are such nice figures. Again, especially when you hit Gundam Seed Destiny and extended MS in Action, and they did not have to worry about the US market anymore.
Yeah.
Like, the Beam Saber blades get to be rigid plastic, which helps them immensely. And there's just some other... The parts tend to get smaller and more delicate and better looking, and they're just amazing toys. And unfortunately, they're priced like amazing toys on the secondary market sometimes now.
Yeah. But yeah, Salty.
Yee.
The most recent chapter of Berserk was April 24th of this year.
April 24th.
Yes,
That was
chapter
like,
360.
Send
3
me it,
weeks
send
ago?
Me it, send me it.
I don't have it, I'm just saying that's when it came out.
Damn, I need to find it now.
Yeah, chapter 360. So whatever the last chapter you read, that's the gap between that and 360.
2.5 fucking years.
No, there's been a couple in between. That's why you need to remember what the last chapter you read was.
The
it's probably
last
within
chapter
5.
I remember reading is when Casca woke
Well, no, you
up
gotta
and
the
it went-
number.
Oh, I don't remember the number, but Casca finally woke up. She's back, and the next chapter.
Yeah, so this
was
is two,
Griffith
this is
in the
2
city.
chapters after that. Yeah, this is like 2 or 3 chapters after she wakes up. So yeah, so in 2.5 years they've had 3, which is still not great, but for him that's about average.
Yeah.
He needs to hurry up and finish before he dies.
Yeah, he's not a spring chicken.
Yeah, the one I keep wondering about is Hunter x Hunter, because I don't read it myself, but I know Togashi is not in great health.
Yeah, I think
So
it's the dude who did Thunderbolt, but that is slowly wrapping up, and I'm seeing these weird screen grabs from it, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, there's apparently someone posted something from Thunderbolt, and it was called Thunderbolt Mark III.
Okay.
I don't think that's the Mark III, because the thing I saw was a Psycho Zaku Gundam hybrid.
I seen that one
Weird.
too. That was in the Discord, but I have it. I have the image on my phone, and I'll send it to you after we're done here.
After.
But it looked like a cross between a GP unit and something Xeon.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird Xeon hybrids coming out, because like the last screen grab I saw was the Xeon attack Anaheim Electronics, and they pan inside, and there's like 30 Gundams getting built.
Yeah.
So there's like Xeon remnants are like, nah, no more Gundams.
Oops. Fuck, get out of my way. Slop
Yeah,
her
Thunderbolt's
out.
wild. So, and like, since he's over being sick now, that's like right where Bandit Flower, no, yeah, Bandit Flower left off with that like cliffhanger.
Yeah.
He's pulling shit out of his ass. Like, he's just like, okay, this is not canon to Bandai, so I'm just gonna go ape shit. Just wild shit.
I hope they animate it when he's done this part.
That's
for no
the
other
plan.
reason.
I think Bandit Flower was as short as it was because they didn't want to make an ending to it without him.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, because if nothing else, I just want another soundtrack. The soundtrack
Yeah.
to that's pretty great.
Yeah, you
Man,
can't,
but
you
yeah,
can't beat that soundtrack.
that shit's wild. It's like Thunderbolt just pulling out of their ass now. It's great. Like that Zoc. The Zoc finally sees action. Instead of
Yeah.
just being in the art book, they show the Zoc just like leading a fleet of amphibious mole suits and
And the Zoc is
submarines.
absolutely freaking stupid.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry 4 Zakus with me at any given time. In my legs.
In my face.
In my leg. It just has like a little trap door that opens at the front of the leg, like Zakus fall out of it. I was like, what?
That's amazing.
Which, to be fair, I don't know if it's actually Zaku's. I have just seen in the line art, it's like this door opens up and they show a Zaku inside. Anything that's Zaku sized, you could put in there.
Okay.
So, take that with your will.
Like,
And there's that one Dolos at the bottom of the ocean that they show in Bandit Flower, and then it's just like, oh, look at this cool. Like, no, how the fuck did they get a Dolos to Earth? And why is it underwater? Because it's not like Dolos can atmospheric re-enter, you know what I mean? Did you motherfuckers build this underwater? Like, what is this? How did this get here?
withstanding the pressure of the ocean in the first place?
Well, I mean, it's big enough. It's big enough. Like the Dolos was not, but yeah, and like it granted all the holes. they're using it as a sub base, like that Yukon class that launches in it launched out of the Dolos that's at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh wow.
Like how? Why? When? When is a good question. You think the Federation, like, hey, there's this weird construction. What is it? Are they building Rapture down there? What is that?
Even though like Thunderbolt is nothing but like it can like I don't like the power scaling in that series, but damn, the animation is beautiful and top.
Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, the power scaling is actually accurate. It's just they make the gaps bigger.
I don't like that.
You know what I mean? Like the Gundam is that much stronger than a Zaku, and then the Gelgoobs are equal to the Gundam. And then you go out and like the Act guys, the squad of Act guys and Bandit Flower is just the wildest shit. I got flamethrowers, I got missiles, this dude's carrying the ant. They do it like tactical squads, and it's super weird to me. And then I also don't know why they said that it's called the Dale in the anime, but in the manga it's just the Zanny. Like he brought the Zanny into Thunderbolt canon. I don't know why they made that distinction.
I don't know.
But
I like the Zanny, and I kind of wish it was in like GBO2 as a really low cost mobile suit.
like 100 cost, and you can use that cannon and just be stupid and just hang out. But it's just you're in the roster to be in the roster.
Mm-hmm. I've said before I'd kind of like to see them use like things from Origin and things like the Zanny to flesh out 100 at some point.
Yeah.
Just because why not? 100 points.
Yeah, they didn't have a problem.
Yeah,
they didn't have a problem putting the gym trainer in there and completely breaking the balance. So I mean, what's it matter?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sending you guys that Gundam.
yes.
By the way.
All right.
The Discord.
Yeah. I really don't want to play with you because you're fucking Methus.
Yeah. Methods is fun enough. He's pretty chunky.
I'm surprised it's not in the. I'm surprised it's not in GBO2 yet.
That super doesn't look like Thunderbolt's art style though.
Oh no! Look at the arms. It's got the.
I mean, yeah, but it's
shit.
not the only thing that have the arm covers. It's just that super doesn't look like his. Honestly, that looks like the GPO2's chest. That's weird.
But that's coming from the Thunderbolt series.
Huh. Well, okay, so like the back things aren't a binder. That's what it's sitting on. That's like it's holding the arms.
Oh yeah, I see. Perfect.
I think that's his version of a GPO2 because look at the legs and the chest and the head look stupid enough to be a GPO2.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of it myself.
I saw someone drew the Thunderbolt full armor in the old Orikawa style. It looked good. It's like they made it look like that classic view of like the Gundam in the reference material.
Yeah.
Where it's like
nice.
that weird standing. Yeah, they made it look like that. And it doesn't look bad. And here comes Robot Damashi. We're gonna come out with a Robot Spirits version anime. Full armor Thunderbolt Gundam. No.
Oh man, I can't even imagine what that would cost.
Oh, $400.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. You figure like the gym sniper that they came out with was like $3. Like come on.
Just wait until they get the crazy idea of making a mega-sized Thunderbolt Gundam.
Oh jeez.
Nah, the Mega Sides are always pretty simple. I see them doing more alternate series that have like simple suits, like the regular Stripe.
I mean, even just a perfect grade would be the size of a house.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it would cost as much as a house.
Oh yeah. Well, how much did that metal build stupid ass new Gundam cost? That didn't even come with the funnels, like $3,000 once you got the funnels.
Wow.
Think so?
Yeah, that was stupid. Who's trying to flex on their nerd friends that hard to buy a $3,000 new Gundam? Because man, save some women for the rest of us, right? You drop $3,000 on a new Gundam, get out of here.
New Gundam's
They didn't even know.
attractive, though.
Yeah, but like, I know you're not in a relationship. Like, they would let you drop $3,000 on, like, what is it, a toy? No, get out of here. I'm gonna buy, literally, you could buy running, driving, reliable cars for that price. Like,
Yeah.
no. And it didn't even come with the funnels. You had to buy them separate. Didn't even come with the funnels. Uh-oh.
People, man. People just need to blow their money on something. It seems half the time.
Sometimes.
I can't believe Bandai greenlit it.
Returning.
Oh, they knew people were gonna buy it. They knew. That's why they greenlit it.
That somebody had to make the internal math work. That it was worth spending this money to make this because they'd make it back. And sadly we will never get to see that. But I would love to see the calculus on that.
Well, like,
just to know.
they never. I don't think they ever said how many they made. It can't be that many. It
No,
can't
probably
be more
not.
than 100.
Even that.
I
That's
don't
a
think you could get
stretch.
100 people to drop $3,000 on a glorified Gunpla because it doesn't it doesn't come with the funnels, man. You got to buy them separate.
Yeah.
It doesn't come with the funnels. It's the new Gundam, but it doesn't come with the funnels.
Genius.
That's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab me something to drink. I will be right back.
Right.
I feel like we should get together in GBO and do like our side has to be like all Zeta era mobile suits.
It'd be fun.
Oh no, Jared, get off my butt. I forgot it does that, and I somehow shot this Barzam. Yeah, no, this new router, it's pretty ballin'.
Yeah, it's been running just perfectly this whole time.
Like, it's actually giving me more bandwidth than I feel like I'm technically supposed to get. Like,
Nice.
I originally was only getting 200 down and about 5 to 8 up, and now I'm getting like 240 and 10 to 15 up.
Very nice.
Like, it's definitely a boost.
Yeah. I'm glad you got it, because yeah, this is all just running a lot more smoothly, and I can tell from what you're saying that I am seeing this in practically real time with you.
This is good.
Yeah, once I will be happy once Jacob's got his stuff sorted, so he can see how well this works too.
Yeah. He shall be proud of me. I have done him good. But yeah, no, like you guys knowing all this stuff, this is what I like. Like, you guys just puke out all this beautiful information that I didn't know, and I'm pretty sure most of the people who watch might not have known either. So this is pretty cool.
Except when you talk over Johnny Ryden.
Yeah, and his speech.
and sometime, you know, some of it may even be accurate, because God, it's got to be 20 years since I learned some of this, so hopefully it's actually in there accurately. But
what I say
always
is
say,
accurate to my sources, but my sources might not be the best.
Yeah,
Put it like that.
Yeah, there's always the chance of errors with translation and all those things, and again, memory is just my memory is a potato. There's not much I can do about it. It is a family trait.
I like potatoes. We're probably like, okay, so last week, me and the old lady, we found a 50-pound box of potatoes for like $10.
Oh, nice.
You know what I bought.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to turn down potatoes.
No.
But yeah, what's unfortunate is that Re-Rise is just getting good too. Like when now they're back in the break, it took like 2 episodes to like get back into the swing of things.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should get back into that series.
Re-Rise is good. Original Build Divers is not good. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I tried the hardest I could to like that show, and it just got so saccharine, and like it had good ideas, and Re-Rise expands on those ideas a lot better than it did. It's just, oh god, like the final battle is, and like this big saccharine moment they have at the end of it, and like It's silly.
Jared,
But now,
why?
like, I couldn't sympathize with the main character's, like, plight there at the end of it. But
Mm-hmm.
Re-Rise's framing of it now with, like, external information not even the main characters knew at the time
Yeah.
makes it so, like, their plight was actually, like, oh, this was clearly the right answer.
Well,
Instead
that's
of,
good.
yeah, but, like, it's like no one knew this information. It's just like, hey, we did this for the wrong reasons, but this was super the right answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watched.
Because basically it's just them being selfish versus fucking over literally millions of people.
Oh, wow.
And and then, like, you look at later, it's like, oh, actually, that.
I mean, I watched Divers and I absolutely hated every second of it.
Yeah, no,
I
there's
couldn't
almost
stand
no
it.
likable main character.
And
Almost, like, really bad. Like, the supporting cast is good, but, like, the main characters, other than, like, two, they're unlikable.
yeah. And then you
They
have,
toned it down to a kid show way too hard.
Yeah, and then I watched like a few episodes of Divers. I mean, not Re-Rise, and I kind of seen like still had like elements from the first show, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done. And then you had the guy in the Justice Knight Gundam, and I hate him.
What did you say, Salty?
The dude in the Justice Knight Gundam, I hate him.
Yeah, no, he grows up super hard after that mid-season break. Super likable character. Really in.
Because in the first, like, before the break, he was obnoxious. I hated him.
For the first, like, the break happened at episode 12, so that's all I got in. Like, by that point, like, in the last 3, you can tell he's grown up and stuff, and then when he comes back after the break, he's like, oh, it's kind of an idiot.
But it's just
and his piloting still automatically just gets better from him not being a dumbass. So it's like, yay.
Like, my least favorite part is, like, he took all the wrong bits from the Justice Gundam and the Night Gundam and put them into one suit. And
that's the point. Like, that was the kind of the point of it. And then, like, in the side story shit, the Captain Xeon guy he idolizes makes the Freedom Knight, like, in the same art style.
Yeah.
He takes the worst parts of both.
So does he get a better mobile suit, or is it still the stupid?
Yeah, it's going to be the Aegis Knight. It's not in the show yet, but it's been shown in the trailer, or in the opening, and in a model kit form.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
So it's going to transform too. It's finally we're in. Which, to be fair, the regular Justice sucks ass anyway, so there's not much way you can improve it.
Yeah.
Regular Justice sucks. Infinite Justice is aight. Regular Justice is like, hey, I'm a box riding a box. I got this.
Too bad they didn't give
Horrible
that ability
design.
to the Rick Deus, where it can shoot the beam pistols off its back like that.
Yeah. That'd be hard to use with any kind of accuracy, though.
Wait, in Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam or GBO?
GBO.
Okay, I'm about to say, because in Zeta Gundam, you super can do that.
Oh yeah, I've been watching Salty do it. He's a really good shot at this.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can do it in Versus too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So did you try that Maxi Boost? Or
Yeah,
whatever it was?
so all these people were like, oh, Extreme Versus is so much better. Oh, Extreme Versus is so much faster. It's not. It's super slow compared to regular Versus. Regular Versus is so much faster just because of the down dive and the ability to regen boost faster. Like, oh my god, it's so much slower. Other than the Reborn Gundam. The Reborn Gundam is the most broken thing I have ever seen in my life. Literally can do everything, and do it well. I'm not... It can shoot across the entire map. With really good accuracy. It has, like, the second best funnels in the game. It's super agile. Has good melee. Like, it only has good melee. Oh,
Yeah.
it's only good.
Yeah.
And the Quanta can teleport, so that's kind of bullshit, too. But it's Quanta. Expected. Rework Gundam shits all over the Quanta, though. That's what's bad. All over. The only thing I'm disappointed is the roster. The roster is bigger, but it's like it has repeat suits. That's like, oh, it's Luna Maria's Impulse Gundam. Or Ru Luca's Zeta Gundam instead of just the Zeta Gundam with selectable pilots.
Yeah.
Question being, are the movesets different, though?
Slightly.
Okay. That's at least something.
See,
But it's more like the downgraded versions don't have moves, the better version.
Okay, that's...
It's like the same basic combos are there, but it's like it doesn't have like the good combos.
Gotcha.
I hate it when games do that. Like, take
Dynasty
like,
Warriors Gundam is the closest thing I can think of. It's literally just that.
no, not just that. Like take Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series where
Never played.
you're missing out. That one, Budokai 3 was good, and the problem is like,
Not the
well,
biggest DBZ fan.
I know, but like they're like, well, we got the biggest roster, 150 characters, but not like you can't really count early, mid, and late Goku as.
Yeah, that's how they
characters.
fluffed it out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
how
guess
they-
Extreme versus 2, I hear, is the one that balances it the most. It gets rid of all the fluff, but still just adds new units.
Yeah, so like they're like, yeah, we got 150 characters, but they're also the transformations are different characters sometimes for different
Yeah.
people. Like you got
It's the same character, but it's Super Vegeta instead of Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Yeah.
yeah, like you got instead of having like Vegeta and transform into Super Saiyan 4, you have a separate character called Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and that's stupid. You can't
Yeah.
fluff out your roster and just say, hey, this is it's 150 characters when you really, in all intents and purposes, you really only have like 50.
Setsuna's also in that game 7 times.
What is?
In Extreme versus Maxi, etc.
Yeah, Setsuna's in that game 7 times. They have 7 local seats of Setsuna.
That's
Wow.
So they got I'm probably gonna fit one. So they got the Exia, the 00, the Quanta, Avalanche Exia, 007 Swords, Quanta Full Saber, and I want to say I'm forgetting one. It might just be 6, but it's like 6 or 7 Setsunas in the game.
Wow.
They do have the Zeta Zaku head for some reason.
That's awesome. That,
Yeah.
That right there kind of makes me want to buy it just for the Zeta Zaku.
I mean, I would get it because allegedly it's gonna have like the actual arcade routes and stuff, like the good single player content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would get it just for that because versus single player content. It was very bare bones. The only cool thing was the boss rush.
Yeah, I tried the I got into the test too, and I tried it basically against the CPU for a little bit, and I am not good at the kind of like high speed canceling you have to do to just fire the 3 beam standard 3-shot volley as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And-
It's not even as quickly as probably. You just gotta pick it because there's that gameplay where it's just I'm gonna go twitch and I'm gonna be super fast, and then there's like the actual I'm going to take my time and hit the good, and wait for an opening and hit the good melee. Because you can, like certain suits they want to do that, but then other suits they want you, like the XS Gundam. The XS Gundam wants you to play back and be smart.
Okay, if there's
they massacred my boy though. They massacred my boy. The X Gun or the Turn X. Oh god, he's so awkward and clunky to play, and I'm like, oh. Yeah,
Okay,
because in Versus he would just have like a Garaby he could just throw out like instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta shoot like 3 times to charge it, and his melee's slower, and I'm like, no.
Jeez.
Wait, what were you gonna say, Rob?
Oh, I was just gonna say, but yeah, if you say there's less twitchy ways to play that, I may give it another shot when it comes out.
You should just for a single player, even throw it up on your channel, be like, hey, arcade roots.
Yeah. And just
actually
listen to all the people go, "Oh my god, you're terrible at this," which is what happens when I ran any of the other verses.
Yeah.
Well,
To be fair, like, I always my group of friends said, "Oh, Extreme Versus is so much faster. It's so much," and it's not. Versus is by far faster. Like it's noticeable. Like the melee feels faster. Like the animations, everything feels fast. Shots come out fast. Like everything. It's because I was getting. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna be quick as fuck. And it's like, no, you don't.
Nope.
Plus, you figure Maxi Boost is running on 2016 architecture, so and Versus is running on like 2018 architecture.
Yeah.
So it's even better. Extreme Versus 2 might be as fast as Versus, so we won't see that till like almost the end of PS5 going by this release schedule. So
yeah, they probably won't release it to any home system until it's done, good money in the arcade.
my only hope is they better add Pale Rider and they better add G Lucifer from Extreme Versus 2, because Pale Rider's one of the best suits from Versus DLC wise, and it was in that's right when Extreme Versus 2 launched. So that they launched it simultaneously in Versus and Extreme Versus 2, because Maxi Bliss was already out of the arcade by then.
Yeah.
Pale Rider's super fun, and G Lucifer looks really fun. and the G-Reco line's super small in
Speaking
Mac
about
Boost,
G-Reco, I have seen a clip where apparently the Phoenix is in G-Reco.
It's not. It is in the Gundam Front Tokyo movie, yes, and it's not the G Phoenix. It is a poorly made replica, or it's not the Phoenix. It's called the G Phoenix, and it's a poorly made replica of the Phoenix.
Oh.
Okay.
The eye fields don't work right. The cycle frame is fluky because it's made it's like lost technology at that point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, it gets super pissed off and like shit stomps the GR Canon, so it's like, okay. G-Reco's so weird because A, it wasn't supposed to be a sequel to Turn A, but then they made it a sequel to Turn A, at least in Tomino's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And
the
yes, he did it unscripted, and I think they specifically told him not to say it, and he said it anyway. So that's Tomino.
Yep.
Here's hoping he can finish these compilation movies that can actually fix all the problems with it before he dies. Because let's be real, Tomino getting up there.
Yeah, not young. I just, and also I hope whatever it is that Gas is working on in relation to the Origin, I hope he gets to finish that too.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're doing these G-Reco compilation movies now, which is actually, I think, going to be almost the same runtime as the series.
Yeah, I think there's like 6 of them.
Yeah. They're just fixing a lot of the pacing problems and stuff with the series, which it has a lot. I thought it was the bad fan translation. Everyone's like, no, bro, it jumps around everywhere. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Tomino is bad
okay.
at that.
Yeah.
Tomino is very bad at that. I mean,
and also honest, like they'll take the time to slow down to point out that hey, mobile suits have bathrooms in the cockpit.
Yes.
But they won't take the time to slow down to like establish characters.
Yeah, I think I've said it before. Tomino kind of does things backwards because he basically he will spend elaborate time on world building and then offhandedly do character exposition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
it's super weird.
Yeah.
And like there's a bunch of callbacks to Turn A that you can't tell are like quite callbacks until you like really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like him trying to sneak that shit in, like because it wasn't going to be a sequel, but he's like sneaking shit in to set it up that it's going to be a sequel. Because I'm probably wrong. This is my fan theory. The Venus Globe guy is the gay guy from Turn A, the one that kind of betrays him, and he's like on the sailboat at the end of the series with a mustache. I can't remember his name. Gills or something.
Don't remember either.
Yeah, I think he's the first homosexual character in Gundam. Want to say? So,
Wouldn't surprise me.
Not overt, but like the one in Iron Blooded Orphans. But hey, he's in there.
Yeah.
Representation at 99. There you go.
But the one thing.
Yeah, I think the Venus Globe guy. I mean, he's super old at that point. He's like 200 years old. I think it's the same guy. Yeah. But go ahead, Salty.
I never really got into G-Reco due to I hate the mech designs. Absolutely.
There's a lot of bad ones, but there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I kind of like some of the ones I've seen.
But
other than like the giant pyramid mobile armor that's called Yogg-Sabril and literally shoots roots at people because it's the tree of life. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
It shoots what?
It shoots beam roots at people. Okay. Because it's called the Yogg-Sabril, and it's a tree theme, right? But it's a pyramid.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could split the goof shield.
Yep.
Yeah. It's stupid. The Yogg-Sabril's stupid.
I'm trying to get him with the crouching tiger hidden gun cannon.
Pretty much all the GIT stuff is cool, which is like the Gundam Lab in Venus. Like they're like, hey, this is like taboo. We're gonna make Gundams, and everyone's just like, yeah.
But no, my first thought when you talk about the beam roots and all that, it's like, okay, they're letting Tomino design the mobile armors again.
Yeah. No, like the beam technology is super weird. It's almost Macross levels, and like these beams are just gonna track your shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna make 90-degree turns for no reason.
See that's okay. So that kind of reminds me of the beam rifle that the Banshee had. That weird.
Okay, that's a beam smart gun. There's a reason it can do that, but that's also it can only shoot like that coming out of the gun. Like it can change its angle really easy.
Yeah.
Like this is like 2 minutes after the beam fires, it makes a 90-degree turn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I don't know about this.
That's
it's like Macross tracking missiles. Yeah, it's not. But there's some cool stuff. There's like, I can't remember what it's called, the Hecate maybe? Where it's got these little tiny dumbass cheaty little funnels it can shoot. They're like little mobile suits, and they make a beam barrier. It's fucking so stupid, but it's hilarious. It's like beam barrier time. It's like stretch out, like yeah. And it's got a beam chainsaw on its beam rifle.
That is why? Why
Yeah.
a beam chainsaw?
Because the gun's too heavy to put away, so instead of a beam bayonet, it's got a chainsaw, right? It would just look cool. It's a beam Gatling gun too, so it's got this little
Okay, so
chainsaw
they just
attached
went
on
with
the
the
end of
real
it.
cool for that one. That's it.
Yeah, they said, hey, let's go with it. Which, to be fair, beam bayonet or beam chainsaw?
Beam bayonet, because there's no need for that. You just use a beam.
Nah, you gotta cut with the beams, bro. You gotta do it.
Like, how does
cut
that even
repeatedly.
fucking function? That's just the thought of that.
It's a bunch of, it's like a bunch of little beam sabers on the end. It just spins because it's on a chainsaw. Yeah,
That's so stupid.
Yeah, just imagine a chainsaw where every link of the chain is a tiny little beam saber emitter. I'm sure that's what it is.
yeah, just. No, it's not as dumb as the root beams. Okay, you can talk as much shit as you want about the beam chainsaw. That's actually cool.
Nice.
Versus it's a beam like tree root. Nah, get out of here.
That's dumb.
Nah, no, the Yakuza drill's dumb. And also, new types are still a thing.
Really?
Just barely. Yeah, like the main character and a couple other ones are new types.
I'm really kind of surprised Tomino brought this back after
I am too,
being
because
basically done with them.
yeah, because clearly new type theory was all bullshit.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I kind of always got the sense that he was kind of influenced by Gundam X in that regard. It's like
I think he watched Gundam X and like, oh, this can't be. I was like, oh god, he explained new types better than I did. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh fuck. You know, he's like, oh
I done goofed.
yeah. Yeah, because even in Victory Gundam it gets dropped outside of Uso and a couple of other characters.
yeah.
Like it's like they can communicate, but like clearly not all of humanity has started to evolve into new types. There's actually less new types in Victory Gundam than any other series per capita. And really, there's only like 2 new type weapons in that entire series. Like they use like an all-directional attack, and it's that stupid dragon mobile armor, which I think that's Incom. I don't even think that guy's a new type. That's just a version of Incom. And then you have Guillotine Lady in the final battle with her weird new type mobile armor, which is the only new type mobile suit made in the entire show.
Yeah.
The whole show is just her.
This thing is way more tanky than I feel like it should be.
Yeah. You should have been able to wreck it by now.
Fowla Griffin or something like that was her name, right? With the bells.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so she's like the only evil new type. Like just straight up, I'm an evil person as a new type.
The Canon tree loaded that quickly.
Yeah, right.
And you want to talk about stupid beam weaponry, right? You remember her beam melee weapon is?
Huh.
A beam mace.
Okay.
And when it makes contact with a beam saber, like one of the mace tips will like shoot out and poke something.
That doesn't.
Okay, that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
That's even
Like
worse.
you had me up until that part because it's like okay, so it's just a beam javelin somebody swings like a mace, but
No, like it's like literally a mace, like the old spiky medieval
Is it on a
bullshit
chain?
mace. No,
Okay, good. I was gonna say like.
but then if it like Uso parries the beam mace, right, and he's wearing the assault buster pack with the big cannon barrel on the side, right? Well, he catches it, and then the very top spike grows longer for some reason and spears the cannon.
okay.
That doesn't.
And
make
you're just like,
any sense.
what? Yeah, so I don't know if it's like lightsabers in Star Wars, they have that dual phase shit where she presses a button and it just gets longer, or like, what is that? What is that?
Wait,
Yeah, she-
this is from G Reco, right?
No, this is from Victory.
Oh.
This is from Victory Gun. This is the end of old UC.
Okay, I'm not gonna
Like-
watch Victory now.
To be honest, Victory, fuck. Like, it's a good show, but it's fuck. It's super depressing, and there's a bunch of stupid shit in it.
The
Yeah.
main thing I've seen from Victory was when he was vaporizing
The
all
bikini babe,
Yeah,
yeah.
the bikini babes. Just
Oh, this will
like,
distract him, and it does not distract him.
just
It's not worth.
indiscriminate murder. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Like you know how they play up old boy Echoist guy Dungza in Unicorn Gundam,
Yeah.
where he gets like bitch slapped by a Sinanju, and it's like a big, powerful, like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. And then Uso's just like vaporizing chicks 50 years later, not even a problem. It's like God, and it's like breaking every bone in their body by like accelerating into it, and like it's like, bro, what the fuck? What is this? It's kind of weird thing about women too. I don't know what Tomino was up with.
Yeah.
Right there. I don't know.
Yeah.
He had a weird thing about women. Like, it was kind of reverent. Like, it kind of like showing women, and then it had some like shit like the Bikini Babe Stop, which is like just horribly. Like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Because like it proves, like I think the message they're trying is like all women need to shake the future because they're more motherly and shit like that. Even though they completely dispel that by the end of it, because oh boy, like kill me, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Like stop it, kill me now.
Well,
You got like Katagina and all that, just psycho, just fucking straight psycho.
Okay, so my only knowledge of Katagina is from the Dynasty Warriors game, and I hated every second.
She's
she was on.
turned up to 11. Yeah, no, the Dynasty Warrior shit's turned down. No, Katagina is like,
She's
she
even
kills
worse in the
so
show?
many people. She kills so many people. Like, main character people.
Really?
She fucking murders them. Yeah. So the whole fight in the palm of my hand thing, that's Uso and Chronicle, and she's making them fight each other for her love.
Oof.
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
bitch.
Because Uso's got that, like, hey, it's the girl next door crush, and Chronicle's like, nah, I understand what you're saying, I'm on board, let's fuck, right? Like, let's do it. And she's like, no, I can't spread my love between more than one person, so you're gonna have to fucking kill each other.
Alright, I probably got
Which, that's not while they're fighting, but in her mind, that's why they're fighting.
I probably got
Okay.
2 more missions in me before I gotta call it a quits. I still,
Yeah, that sounds
Fair
good.
enough.
I haven't had dinner yet. I'm kind of hungry.
Oh,
Me
jeez,
either,
yeah.
bro. But yeah, no, Katagina's fucking nuts. And then there's the other chick that, like, makes Uso bathe with her that is also relatively nuts.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as that. The couple of those scenes where Peru is always trying to get fucking Judo to bathe with her. I'm like,
Yeah, no, but see, that's weird. That's weird, but this is a grown-ass woman making a, like, underage boy bathe with her. That's,
Yeah. Well,
That's-
Victory is one of 2 shows where Tomina's liner notes in Japan are titled, "This show is bad, don't watch it." Zeta's the other one.
I think Tomo
yeah, and
was
of
just
course,
like,
Zeta
I
is the
don't
most
care anymore.
revered.
Mhm.
No, Tona was super fucking depressed again. And
Yeah.
he honestly, when did Victory come out? Like 1990?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
He didn't
1992.
get out. He didn't get out of that bout of depression until
What
like
caused him to get
he was
depressed?
fucked for a while.
Yeah.
It's just him. I think he has clinical depression.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure he does.
Zeta, he was super depressed, and fucking you can tell.
Oh, yeah, it shows. It's like,
And
okay,
then
you
Victory
wanted the
Gundam.
sequel? You wanted
Yeah.
the sequel to Gundam? Here you go.
And Victory Gundam, he was fucking super depressed.
Mhm.
Fucking, and he just kills everybody super violent too. That's like that has to be the Gundam where most fucking main cast just get fucked. Like, just
Probably.
dead. And die in horrible ways too. One chick suffocates in space. Like, yeah. Like, she's just, her mobile suit got destroyed, she's riding like the shield she was carrying, and like, yep, no one's gonna find me, and she just gives up and dies.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. She just gives up and dies.
Out of all the people
So-
in Gundam, who do you guys feel the worst about? Like, feel bad about?
You feel bad about it, who got fucked the most?
Or just feel bad about, like, you wish you could change their fate?
Oh, that is too long a list. That's,
Like, canonically, I guess I'm gonna say Camille's mind shit.
Oh, how he got
Because
screwed
he
by
was
Shirako?
he was turning into a good character and then just went all down the drain.
yeah.
Who got fucked the hardest in terms of their death? That's a long list. It'd have to be from Victory Gundam, because like the ones I'm thinking of are all from Victory Gundam. Chronicle got it pretty fucking hard. He sees his dead sister, asks for help, and then fucking hits the ground and dies. Yeah, he sees it because he's a new type. He's like, "Oh, fucking sister, I help. I don't know what to do." And then, like, they're doing like this falling cut, and he's still in the mobile suit. And he's doing like this. He's like reaching out to his dead sister, and then all of a sudden he just smacks one of the rings of Angel Halo, and the camera keeps going. It just like leaves his ass up there, so it seems like a really hard hit from that kind of camera work. It's so hard that his mobile suit's fucking like safety shit didn't work. So he's sitting there, he go like Mach 1, just fucking smack.
That's fucked up.
So that's rough.
I feel like I gotta think about my answer.
Oh, one more. Most emotionally fucked death. Possible spoiler. It's Hathaway in the novel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Most emotionally fucked death.
Because that's screwed up.
I don't love you. Your life was a lie. Get fucked.
There's a reason
Quest is a bitch beyond death. Like that's a power right there. That's fucking. You figure all the new types when they die, they fucking they get they evolve. Their mindset, they understand people. Quest, she dies. I'm bitter as fuck. Your life was fucking pointless. I don't love you. Go get shot.
Okay, so when people make a character, they try to make them to where you'd feel bad if something happens to them. Quest, I felt nothing but joy.
I felt nothing. Yeah, Quest was like. And you feel bad for her because Char was just using her. He was just like, "Oh, she got a crush on me. I can get her to pilot mobile suit. Oh, fuck yeah! I got this." And then he uses it to piss off Nanai too for like no reason. He just wants to fuck with her. I don't know why, but he just uses Quest to piss off Nanai. It's hilarious. She's over there throwing like 30-year-old bourbon out of the window. She's so pissed. She's just pissed.
I don't think I've ever hated someone in Gundam so much as I do.
Oh, I have. No, I hate more people. Yeah, Quest was just like a happy accident. Yeah, just you finally grow a moral backbone and you die. I don't know. Yeah, it sucks.
Happy little accidents everywhere.
Yeah. No, like you lock Kujon from Adios, pretty fucking unlikable.
Ulube from Gundam was unlikable.
Ulube's pretty bad. Yeah, I hate him.
The moment I seen him capture Rain and be like, "Hey, you and the devil Gundam now," and I'm like, "Oh fuck this guy." I hated him before, but now I really hate
but you
him.
see, some people like him because that's their fetish. So, so that's that. Now I'm trying to go through the series right now. Makube's pretty much the OG. Like, I'm happy you died.
And to be honest, when I originally watched G Fighter, I did not expect Ulube. Even though I hated him, I did not expect him. And then all of a sudden...
There were people in Wing I wanted to die that never died, so you can't really go there.
Like the entire main cast, with the exception of Duo.
Nah, Quattro was fine. Quattro probably had the most character development of any of them. It's just he became a mass murderer. Yay, character development.
I can't remember which one Quattro was.
Quattro was the Sandrock pilot.
Sandrock? He wasn't in the movies, was he?
Yeah.
Was he? Who am I thinking?
He's the blonde kid.
No, I'm trying to think. Then who wasn't in the movies? I know.
Everybody but the main five. No, who?
The Electron Gundam, isn't it?
No, oh god, I can't. Wu Fei was in it. Wu Fei was one of the antagonists.
Yeah.
He sided with Maramea. He's the one who fights Wing Zero in space.
I don't remember that scene.
Yeah, no, he beats the shit out of the Wing Zero. Like, straight up. He wins. And he's like, at what cost? And then switches sides. Fucking Wu Fei. Fucking awful. X, I can't think of anyone I wanted to die that didn't get it.
I liked X.
Pretty much everybody deserved it who died. Like, pretty much everybody got some. There's so much good cut stuff from X though. It's a shame.
A lot of the designs in X, even though
they're just better wing designs.
Yeah.
It's just straight out.
And the characters are actually likable. You know?
Yeah. And you got Seed. Flay deserved her death. So I'm fucking. If anyone likes Flay, I'm sorry. She fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
All them poor bastards on that shuttle with her though probably didn't. So
Yeah.
Rao's a bitch, but it is what it is. Destiny. God, if only Shin had died. But pre-Kira coming back Shin, yeah, he alright. Post-Kira coming back Shin, I hate his death.
Yeah.
God, that ended
There's
so
the Russian
fucked.
guy.
Because which one?
Burnoff.
Oh, Boris kind of.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah, the
Thank God
Zoc guy.
Thank
Yep.
God I got Rob here.
The Zockman. The Zockman is here.
Yes.
Boy,
The only
Rob-
way, the
God, he
only,
gets one.
only reason I know how to pronounce that is I saw it in katakana at one point. And it's like,
There you
okay,
go.
I can deal with that.
Man, like, I like how the Zoc's built up as, like, this cool thing, and it gets one shot in the anime. Like, cockpit shot, it's done. You're out of here.
I think I said I timed it, and that fight lasts literally 10 seconds.
Yeah, like, I love how they build up the Zoc. Even, like, especially in, like, Journey to Burrow, it's the final boss of the game.
Mm-hmm.
In the anime, 10 seconds.
Yep.
The Gundam sees him, does a flip, and shoots him.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does he die, he styles up on him when he kills him. Like,
Oh,
the point.
Oh
Poor
wow,
Zoc.
you were just perched on the end of the building, like
I'm
you were
just
just standing there like freaking Master Asia. Great.
I'm just short of T-posing there.
But yeah, the end of like that final standoff in Sea Destiny, where everyone's got guns pointed at each other, is possibly one of the worst scenes in Gundam. Rey has a mental breakdown and becomes a child, so the captain of the Minerva adopts him in their death. She has an actual child, by the way. She's just like, fuck my real kid.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the one I carried for 9 months. I don't give a fuck about him. This poor clone bastard who's gonna die anyway. I gotta comfort him.
It be that way sometimes, though.
Apparently.
Fucking kid, the kid don't feel that way. Cause like, fuck my, like, what the fuck? Leaves my, and then she like pawns her off on Maru Romneus too. She's like, hey, go take care of my kid. What happens if Maru says, nah, I don't want a kid? That's maddening. You give up your actual child to like, oh, this clone guy killed the dude I wanted to fuck 10 years ago. Like,
Mm-hmm.
fucking, what is this?
But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here. My stomach is doing that rumbling stuff for food, and I'm kind of hungry. So yeah, hopefully next week we'll continue with Encounters in Space, and after Encounters in Space, we'll probably I think we should move back to this game for shits and giggles and finish it finally. While in the background I'll be playing what is it called? MS Saga, so we can continue our do our journey in that one, because that's gonna be a ball buster, because that game is
And that's gonna be a long game.
Yeah, that game is hard as hell. I am stuck, so I'm kind of grinding my dick off right now to get going. But
Hey, look at that guard I gave you.
but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. I had a lot of fun in it. It was real fun. A lot of stupid shenanigans that happened, especially that T-posing gun cannon.
You gotta assert dominance, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be that way.
So yeah, make sure you check out Rob's channel. He's about to hit 10K. Can't wait to see that happen. That's gonna be exciting. And yeah. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Take care.
Hey, Salty, leave that stream up for a minute.
Oh, we trying to do outros.
Not working. No. Okay, so no, I checked YouTube and now everything's working. I wanted to see if the stream was working.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not.
Well,
Fingers crossed.
I didn't have the stream going, but anywho, bye guys.